I think it just gives us a lot of confidence knowing that we can play from behind. We have a saying that we always say, when we're even, when the score is even, you execute and compete. When you're down, you don't panic, and when you're up, you don't coast. So that's just something that we try to live and play by. And so that's what I thought we did pretty well. And so it just kind of gives us confidence going into next week and the rest of the season. Yeah, I was really proud of him. I know how good he is just because I've seen him in spring ball and fall camp. So to see him doing it in a game was really cool. And more than the plays he made, I was just happy with his energy and attitude. It's for some guys that don't get on the field as much. They kind of hang their head and are kind of bummed about not getting on the field. And I feel like he sensed some of that, and he was really good about keeping guys positive and engaged in the game. So I was really proud of him for that, and just his performance and how well he played, and how hard he played. Um, we try to not focus on that. We're last year is last year. I think we're just focused on this is the next game, this is the next week. So just focus on preparing to play the next game. I think for me personally, there's maybe a little bit of that because I didn't play very well last year, but again, like I said, we're not focused on what happened last year and what we did and didn't do. It's just the next game and the next opponent. Yeah, I think it is a little bit. I think it's just kind of a good, like you said, taste of what the future holds. So I think it'll be fun to compete against those teams, because we'll like you said, we'll be playing them in the future. So yeah, I do. It's a lot of fun. Going in those hostile environments is really fun. It kind of it tightens your bond with your teammates because you're going against the team and a fan base that, like you said, is rooting against you, and you're kind of like the villains, and all you have is the guys next to you. Nobody else in the stadium except for the select few fans that travel from our team are rooting for us. So all we have is us, and that's really all we need. So yeah, it's a lot of fun going into road games and hostile environments for sure. Yeah, I didn't plan on running it. It just kind of happened. We had a pass play called, and then they brought a pressure. And I didn't want to sit there and wait for the play to develop, when I had a lane to run. So I just kind of reacted to what the defense was giving me. And I saw the corner, and I saw there was one guy, to beat. And I knew that it was do or die. So I really only had one option, and that was to sell out and make the play. So that's wasn't a whole lot of thinking going into it. It's just kind of reactionary, I would say.
It looked like right when you approached that corner of the end zone, you saw the guy sort of lunge forward, and that's when you made your decision to go airborne. The camera in slow motion also caught a big smile on your face when you're flipping over. I don't know if you remember. At that point, I guess you knew you were in, right?
Yeah, I guess so. It all kind of happened so fast that I don't know. It was just kind of, I hit the ground. I kind of popped up. I was all discombobulated. I was tired, and I don't know, it just kind of all happened so fast. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm just glad I could do my part in helping the team.
Gotcha.
I was really impressed, for him to go out and play the way he did as a true freshman. He didn't get big-eyed and nervous like a lot of true freshmen would in that setting because we were in a hostile environment, and it was his first time playing in a college game. So I was really proud of how he handled it. And, he didn't overthink it and get all nervous and this and that. It's just at the end of the day, it's football, and he realizes that. And he just went out and did what he knows how to do best. So I was proud to see that out of him. Yeah, there was a lot of self-inflicted wounds. So we watched the film, learned from it, and we know what we have to work on. There's some things that I can do better to help the O-line, and I thought they did a good job. Like I said, there's obviously some things that I could have done better and need to clean up. So yeah, after watching the film, it's nothing they did on defense that hurt us. It was really just self-inflicted wounds. Um, Not a whole lot. I know. I mean, I still love watching Aaron Rodgers play. I feel like he's a fairly athletic guy, and he can maneuver the pocket, and make ridiculous throws. Obviously, Joe Burrow is another guy that I think is really good at navigating the pocket and getting in and out and escaping when he needs to. Um, when I was really young, I grew up watching my older brother. My older brother played quarterback, so I wanted to be just like him when I grew up. So it was fun having him as an older brother. But there wasn't just necessarily one guy that I looked up to and tried to model my game after. It was just kind of what my skill set allowed me to do.
Was your brother like you as a quarterback, or different skill set, or how?
He's actually a little bit taller than me, but I'm a little more athletic than he is. So he was more of a pocket passer. He could still move though. He was still athletic and could still get out of the pocket, but I would say I'm probably a little more athletic. He would probably agree. Um, really just like exactly what he said. Just I'm gonna do what I need to do to win the game. And if that involves me running the ball, then I'm gonna do it. I'm not ever gonna shy away from carries or touches. Just to save myself. I would like to, you know what I mean? I would like to, in a perfect world, throw the ball, a bunch of times, throw a bunch of touchdowns and really not ever have to run it. But that's just not how football is. There's a lot of bullets flying everywhere and you got to be able to make plays. And that's when it gets fun, is when the play breaks down, you kind of just freelance. And it's at that point, it's backyard football. So just, if the game works out that way and I have to, I'm more than happy to. So any way I can help my team win. It's up there. It was a lot of fun. When it happened and kind of right after, it didn't really sink in until probably a couple of days after. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was exciting play. My family was, all excited about it. So it's definitely up there at the top of the list. Yeah, that's definitely what he means by efficient. I think when we're not, self-inflicting ourselves, we're always going forward, which is a good thing. So I think we're efficient in that way. And there's definitely things that we did that we could have avoided to be even more efficient. But I think as far as being more explosive, I think we got to maybe push the tempo a little bit, which we were trying to do. It's just, it's kind of hard to do that in such a loud environment. People can't really hear. And so I think, what we're making a point of emphasis this week is, getting our eyes to the sideline and getting the call faster, so that we can line up faster and get plays off quicker. So I think that'll help with explosiveness, but just outside of that, just continuing to work routes and, just build that chemistry and timing.